Hello coders, welcome to another How to Code Well Symfony tutorial. Today I'm going to teach you how to create a route in Symfony. Let's get into the browser. The route that we're going to create today is /contact. Let's take a look at how it's built in the code. In the GitHub repository under Tutorials Tutorial 1, we have the Symfony project. If we have a look in the src folder, you'll see that there's a folder called controller. In that folder, there is a file which is contact_controller.php. It has the namespace of app controller. It uses the abstract controller from Symfony, the JSON response, and the route attribute. The contact controller extends the abstract controller, and it has a method index. The index is returning a JSON response with the message "Welcome to your new controller" and the path src controller contact_controller.php. This is what we're seeing in the browser. In today's tutorial, we're going to be focusing on the route, which is defined here by a PHP attribute. The PHP attribute starts with the hash symbol and has square brackets. Within the square brackets, we are calling the route class. The route class is imported via Symfony component routing attribute route. The route class can take several options, including the path and name requirements, options, default, host, methods, schemas, condition, priority, locale, format, UTF-8, stateless, and env. We can also set some of these arguments via methods. If we scroll down here, we can see that we have methods for getting and setting the path, the host, the name, and so on and so forth. But we are defining the route to /contact using a PHP attribute. So let's go back to the contact controller. The first argument that we supply is the path. This is /contact. The second argument that we supply is the name. The name needs to be unique. And in this case, the name is app_contact. Because we're using a later version of PHP, we don't have to supply named arguments to all of the arguments that we're supplying. This is why the first argument doesn't have a named argument of path, and yet this one does. If we were to remove the PHP attribute and save the file, go back to the browser, if we refresh the /contact page, it's going to error with a 404 route not found. This is why we need the PHP attribute assigned to the method. The name of the method doesn't have to correspond to any of the attributes supplied to the route. There is a way to generate a controller automatically that has the route attribute supplied. What I'm going to do is remove the contact controller. In the terminal, I'm going to type .bin/console. And then I'm going to supply the command to make the controller using the maker bundle. Type make:\controller. And then I'm going to supply the name of the controller that I want to create. In this case, it's going to be contact controller. Once I press enter, the controller is going to be created in the src controller folder under the file name contact controller. If I wanted to, I could change the path of the contact page. So the path could be, for instance, /contact-us. In the terminal, if you type Symfony serve, that will serve the application on a browser. If we refresh the page of /contact, we still get a 404, and that is because we've changed the path to be contact us. As you've seen, there's lots of different arguments and methods that we can call on the route attribute. We're going to be discussing some of those things in the future tutorials. So if you found this video helpful, please do let me know, give it a thumbs up, share it around to those who might find it helpful too. If you've got any suggestions for future tutorials, please let me know. Go to howtocodewell.net/contact and share your thoughts there. And whilst you're there, take a look at the courses and tutorials that I have on offer and consider subscribing to howtocodewell.net. Thank you ever so much for watching. I will see you again in the next Symfony tutorial. Cheers.